The Nexus will be finished off here, and the Super Hot Crew pick up the victory. But look at this, he's just going to throw out the mine, throw out the bomb, throw out the rubber ducky. Millennium take down Fnatic. What a turnabout result this is.
Someone needs to go. Yeah, you must find us. Go back to side then. Back.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the League of Legends Championship Series, broadcasting to you live from our studios here in Cologne, Germany. I am Leading Man Smith, and alongside me today is Martin Deficio Lunga, and we have an exciting days lined up for you. So, continuing into week 6 of action, there is 4 more big matches.
And yesterday's games, they showed that Rocket is still the top team in Europe, and that you can definitely count on Alliance to win when it's even-numbered weeks.
Absolutely. So let's break down the biggest news of the day. First up, we need to talk about what has happened over in Southeast Asia. And as the Koreans just finished their second week of matches, and early league leaders, well, it's AHQ Esports Club in Group A. They are 4-0 up. And, of course, the Taipei Assassins over in Group B, the Season 2 World Champions, are off to a solid start, winning 3-0. And of course, you can keep up with the GPL schedule over at lolesports.com. Back here in the European LCS, we saw Roccat pick up yet another win yesterday, taking down Gambit in pajamas, and once again giving themselves a clear gap at the top of the league.
And Rocket, they just keep being this team that is making no mistakes in their games. They have a lot of different champions for each role, so it makes the pick and ban phase very hard against them. And we still haven't seen a weak point in Rocket's playstyle, so they are still the team to beat here in Europe.
And of course, yesterday we also saw the 6th loss in a row for Fnatic. Despite starting well, they went down once again, this time to an impressive Super Hot Crew.
And credit to Super Hot Crew, who played a great game, and they managed to shut down the pick combo from Fnatic with a very smart Morgana pick. Fnatic, they tried out this double TP combo and had some very old school picks with Shin and Ahri. And I like the fact that they're actually trying to fall back on what have worked for them in the past. But Shin and Ahri are not the strongest picks in the current meta.
No, of course. And of course, the last match of the day, well, Alliance managed to turn things around against SK Gaming, who looked to have the game in control.
But Alliance, they kept it cool, and with some very nice dark bindings from NIF, they managed to win team fights and pull their way back into the game. We had a lot of new Alliance picks, actually, with Irelia on Wicked. Oh, well, Wicked on Aurelia, funny enough. We had the Wukong jungle, we had Morgana support, and we had Sivir, which really shows to me that they've had a lot of focus on learning these new champions, and it's actually paid off for them yesterday.
It's definitely a champion he's synonymous with, so he has played it a lot throughout the seasons of League of Legends. And of course, while we are on the topic of Alliance, is the word I was after, versus SK Gaming, it is time to take a look back at the jaw-dropping play that you guys called on Twitter. It was, of course, the Baron fight where Froggen blows up Jez's. And this came in from @UnusualCupcake. And they said, Froggen's LeBlanc popping Jez's zigs on that Baron fight. I heard him blow up. Here's your most talked about LCS big play.
Jesus does have his bomb up, and that's pretty much all he's going to get off from this one. No, he's not even going to get that down. Froggen dives in there, pops him. Now Alliance have the advantage in terms of members. In fact,
and the best thing about that play, it was their fight and Wallace won the game for Alliance because they managed to pick up the Baron afterwards and then win the game.
It was the game-winning moment. Was indeed a big play. Remember, you guys, to get on Twitter and tell us your favorite LCS big plays at LOL Esports and use hashtag LCS big plays. Now it is time to see where our teams currently stand. At the top of the table, well, you all know who it is. It is Roccat. They are in first place with 10 wins and 3 losses, and they are on a 5-game win streak right now. Chasing them, well, it is Gambit, but we saw them going down to Roccat yesterday. They are now 8 wins, 5 losses. And now, look at this. Fnatic and the Super Hot Crew are now tied for 3rd place with 7 wins and 6 losses. Of Fnatic, that unbelievable 6-loss streak after their 7-0. Super Hot Crew, they're on a 4-game win streak.
And then we have SK Gaming, who's on 5th place with 6 wins and 7 losses. They lost yesterday, but it was a very, very close game, and they actually almost had it in the back. Then we have Alliance and Copenhagen Wolves, who are tied for 6th place at 5 wins and 8 losses. And in the bottom, we have Millennium, who's at 4 wins and 9 losses, and they still, they need to really be more consistent and get the wins.
Well, let's take a look at today's schedule and see who is up against each other today across the Rift. It is going to be first up Fnatic versus the Copenhagen Wolves. Can they break that 6-game losing streak? Can they finally get themselves out of that rut, or will the Wolves stop them in their tracks? Then, of course, it's Gambit, or Gambit in pyjamas as we've been calling them. They're going to be facing off against the red hot, super hot crew.
Then we have the #1 team in Rocket, who's taking on SK Gaming. That's going to be a huge game. And in the end, we have Millennium taking on Alliance. And this is 2 teams who really needs to pick up the win.
Yeah, fantastic stuff, and as usual you can find all of the schedule information along with the stats, VODs, articles and much more over at lolesports.com. You can also vote on today's games and tell us who you think will be victorious.
Yeah, just head to the schedule link and then click on the thumb next to the team that you think will win. And then you can find out how to join us here live in the studio in Cologne, Germany for these matches. Just click on tickets for all of the information.
Yeah, so we'll also be checking out Twitter throughout the day, and we'd like to join the conversation. Hop on and tell us which European LCS team has improved the most so far this season and why.
For me, I would say Super Hot Crew. They started out a little bit slow here in the first few weeks. We had a lot of issues with champion picks for them, and we kept talking about the solo laners not performing. Everyone is now stepped up. Everyone has different kind of champions they're playing from the start, and you can't really ban them out anymore, and everyone on the team is just performing.
Yeah, I mean, they started out 1-5. They're now on a 4-game win streak. Fantastic turnaround for those guys. Write to us at LOL Esports and use the hashtag LCS. We'll read our favorite responses later in the show. Now, let's check in with Shock.